Whoa, it's windy out here. Coming up on Channel 6 ABC Action News, travel back in time to learn about history with Team Kendra. Hi, Kendra Holloway here for KNDR Team Kendra Action News. Today we have a special treat. My news team and I are traveling back in time to interview my ancestors from centuries past. We're going to discover how life was in the early days of America. First, we take you to the year 1763. That's 250 years back in time. We had planned to take you back 300 years to 1713. But it turns out that our state wasn't even founded until 1732 by James Oglethorpe. Mr. Oglethorpe named Georgia after King George II. We're here to meet a girl named Kendra, age 11, who lives with her parents, her brother, and her sister, just like I do in the year 2013. Hi, I'm Kendra, and I live on a farm with my parents, my brother, and my sister. That's great. I have a brother and sister, too. Can you tell us what you do most days in the year 1763? Well, most days we work at home and on our farm. I help my mother cook, clean, sew, make candles, and soap. My brother and I tend the animals in the morning. After that, he works crops in the field. We grow crops like corn to eat as well as indigo and cotton. We use the fabric to make clothing. I like to eat corn, but I've never tasted indigo before. How does that taste? I don't think it tastes good at all. It isn't food. Indigo is used to make dye to change the color of things like cotton used to make fabric. Oh, of course. Sorry. Then in the evening, the animals are tended again, and after that we cook dinner and clean up. Then we go to bed. After a nice hot shower, I assume, right? Sorry, I mean a nice hot bath. I guess you don't have showers yet. How would you take a hot bath? We wash off in the wash tub every few weeks if it's warm enough. But well water is cold. Is that what you mean? I see. Your life sounds nice, but it also seems like a lot of hard work. We do work a lot, but we have to do that to live here. You know, after a hard day's reporting or a day of going to school in the 5th grade, I like to come home and listen to music on my CD player before I check the World Wide Web for email. Or sometimes I relax in the swing in the yard or walk on the treadmill in the playroom. Do you like to do things like that before dinner? Well, I like music, but what's a CD player? My dad has a violin he plays sometimes, and I like to sing hymns like from church. I see. But mostly we're too tired for that. We're up at sunrise milking the cows and collecting eggs from the chickens. Really? Wow. Do you use the web like I do after school? No, Mom says to leave webs alone. Spiders can bite. She just knocks the webs down with a broom. Oh, well, I guess there's no internet here. Sorry, I forgot I've come back in time 250 years. What's an internet? My dad has a fishing net. What's a playroom anyhow? You mean you have an empty room just to play in? You made that up. Well, it's pretty full of toys and books, actually. I got a toy last year. My mom took a piece of a really old dress and some twine and a little straw from the barn and made me a doll. It was really nice. I don't have any books. Can you read? I can, but there's not too much to read around here, and there's work to do. This farm is a busy place. The boys get more schooling than we do. This has been very interesting, but we're a little short on time. We're going to need to move on. Thank you, Colonial Kendra. You're welcome. We're now going to jump 100 years into the future. Welcome to 1863 here in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm told that we can try some sort of cream pie here. Apparently, it was invented in 1856 in Boston. As luck would have it, we found another Boston girl named Kendra. She's also 11. She used to live with her brother and sister as well as her parents, but last year she moved out to learn a trade. Kendra, why did you decide to move out? What do you mean? Most kids move out by age 10 to learn a trade. We can't stay at home to help take care of our siblings forever, you know. There's work to be done. Do you work a lot? Well, not so much really. You know, in 1842, Massachusetts passed a law so children can't work for more than 10 hours a day. Of course, factories don't always follow that law. But my parents said they used to work more than 16 hours a day when they were children. Knowing that working for only 50 or 60 hours a week sounds good to me. So, how many hours do you have to work in 2013? I don't really have to work, but this is for a school project. Where do you go to school, Kendra? Oh, I have no time to go to school. The owner of the factory where I work, his sons go to school. So he doesn't have any daughters? Oh no, he has several daughters and several sons too, but girls have no need for school. He says that's not our place. Whose place? Women and girls, of course. So all the boys go to school here and none of the girls? Oh, well, no, certainly not all boys. Obviously, no slaves or indentured servants can go to school. And most boys and girls work, especially when they're as old as we are. School is for the wealthy. I'm confused. Just the wealthy boys go to school? What about the girls? Wealthy girls need to learn to supervise the servants who raise their children for them, and they need to learn to manage their homes. I think we should move along. You know, Christmas is coming soon. I'm hoping to get a new iPhone. They're really cool. Have you seen the new ones? I don't think so. What language is iPhone? What does that mean? I did get a Christmas present last Christmas before I moved out. I love Christmas presents. What did you get? It was a special year for us. Mom and Dad gave each of us, my brother and sister and me, a fresh apple and an orange. So, what do you do when you're not working at the factory? Well, on some weekends I still see my dad. I was just with him before this interview. That's great. You're a little messy, aren't you? What were you doing? I help him sweep chimneys. Usually boys do things like that. I earned wages today and only had to climb down 4 chimneys. Well, that's good. Good for you. I think this is going to about finish it up here in the 1700s and 1800s. These kids work too hard for my taste. We're going to grab some Boston cream pie and head back to the 21st century. Thanks for joining us today on Action News. This has been Kendra Holloway reporting for KNDR Team Kendra Action News. Now back to the studio.